and welcome to the Patriot Classroom. I'm Ken Williams with the Modern Day Patriot, and today we're going to be talking about what happens when good people do nothing. I found a quote the other day from Edmund Burke that says, "All it takes for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing." And that hit me. Hit me real hard, actually. Because within the conservative, right to the Republican Party, we have this thing called the silent majority. And I don't know if I fully subscribe to that, but for the most part, I understand it. As conservatives, as Christians, we are told to take the high ground. We are told not to fight back. We are told to turn the other cheek. And up to 2020, I understood that. It kind of gives, for lack of a better word, it gives the conservatives the moral high ground. And with 2020, I don't see that as being realistic. There has now become a counter movement to the silent majority that are no longer silent, or silent no more. That's what I've seen. Hashtag silent no more. With the aggression, the violence, the chaos, the anarchy that we see today in the social media, the cancel culture, the outright war and attack on good individuals. And of course, good can be interpreted however you want to interpret it. But the idea of what happens when good men or women, good people, do nothing. I think we're seeing that. I think we see the effects of it when small businesses are being burned down. When the average citizen is being attacked out of the blue, no provocation. Just outright being attacked, beaten up, sometimes even killed. And what's the answer to that? Well, of course, your first instinct is, let's attack. Let's attack back. Or let's at least protect ourselves. Well, of course, when you do that, especially in today's society, in 2020, now they point out that you're hateful and that you're a racist or a fascist or whatever. And I'm sure because I'm using these terms that YouTube and Facebook and all the other social medias will try to kibosh this. But that's okay. I digress. So, the idea of what happens when good people do nothing. I don't have an answer for that. Because as soon as you try to, like I said, at the very least defend yourself, or if not go on the offensive, you become enemy number one. You become the poster child for what the left, what the Democrats see that all that is wrong with the conservatives, with Republicans, with the right. And of course, there's a gauge on how right you are versus how left you are. I've seen even moderates that are just hammered by the culture, the cancel culture, the the Antifa, the BLM, the whole 9 yards. If you do not fall in line, if you're not silent, if you don't subscribe to what they're putting out, sorry, it's a bit shaky, then you become enemy number one and will be attacked as such. So, what happens when good people do nothing? Like I said, we're seeing the effects of what happens when good people do nothing. So how do we answer that? What's the solution? Well, like I said, I don't have the perfect answer for it. I can give you some anecdotes, I can give you some suggestions, but to me, as a patriot, as a conservative, I would say I'm a moderate that leans right. Libertarian, if you will. What we can do to combat evil in 2020, gotta make a preference to that, is stand on truth. That's it. That's all you can do. Stand on truth. And if you stand on truth, then that's it. Truth is truth. Now, they can try spinning it all they want. They can try twisting it to fit their narrative, their agenda. But truth is truth. And we stand on truth. No matter what end of the Christian perspective you are, what denomination, whatever, that's not where I'm going with this. But truth is truth. If you stand on the truth, it's hard to negate truth. So that's where I see the answer to this question of what happens when good people do nothing. You don't. We have to stand on truth. You have to fight for truth. What that looks like for you, I can't say. What it looks like for me is keep pushing and keep fighting and keep talking about truth. Don't sugarcoat things. Don't water things down. Don't cover things up. Truth is truth. In my eyes, truth is truth. So my assignment for you, my homework for you, is to find out what is true in your life and stand on that. Is truth biblical principles? It's about to get real bright in here. Truth is the ability to stand without wavering. If you have the truth, if you have the answer, the correct answer for things, the only way they can try to fight that is with lies. The opposite of truth is lies. So if you're standing on truth, then that means they're trying to push lies. And eventually these lies come out. Eventually mistruth comes out and is seen. It may not happen immediately. It may be hard and difficult. It may seem ugly. It may be easy to back off of truth. But Find out what is true in your life and stand upon that. Maybe that's family. Maybe that's your business. Maybe that's, like I said, your faith. Find those truths in your life and stand upon those, and do not waver. Do not waver. That's the worst thing you can do, is start flip-flopping in 2020, because when people see that, they're like vultures. They will come after you and they will torture you and try to push you around until you just give in. So it's time to be silent no more. Hashtag silent no more. And stand upon what is true. Stand for truth. Stand for what is right. I'm not condoning violence. This is not what I'm saying. I'm saying stand upon your principles. Stand upon what is true in your life. Don't back down, but stand. That is my answer for what happens when good people do nothing. As we see what's happening, we see all around us what happens when good people do nothing. So it's time to stand up. It's time to be silent no more. And find what is true in your life. Find those truths and stand upon those. I'm Ken Williams with the Modern Day Patriot. You have an amazing day.